our beloved principal sir, respected mechanical head sir, respected civil head sir, and respected administrative officer sir, and my dear colleagues. Good afternoon to all. As our sir already given about introduction what I am going to do, I have attended training course on Right to Information Act 2005 at Marri Chennareddy Institute, that is MCR HUD, that is the Human Resources Development Institute. That institute is offering trainings to state government employees and other states employees also on government service rules, service conditions and other acts. So successfully myself I have completed the training. So I got to know very much knowledge about the Right to Information Act, main salient features, and that training institute also taken my promise. What I have learned there, that should be informed, that should be make awareness to our department employees. So we accepted that task. So that Right to Information Act 2005, RTI 2005 is the act which was enacted in 2005 June after President approval. Since from that act is now implementing in our nation. Before that, I want to brief about our democratic government. In general, it is having three wings. Number one is legislature. Number two is bureaucracy. Number three is judiciary. In general, people are elected leaders, representatives, public representatives. They are policy makers. They frame policies as per the requirement of the people, requirement of the country. So, here direct involvement of peoples in electing leaders we are experiencing in our country, in our nation. That is the greatest thing, democracy. So, we are ruling ourselves. This is our government from the legislature point. Next, judiciary, you know, even ordinary person can approach up to top court, that is Supreme Court of this nation. They can challenge any person in the country if he feels so, if he wants justice. In between two, that is bureaucracy. So our elders framed this constitution by taking other countries' constitution. They adopted some articles and framed constitution, as you know everything. So bureaucracy, what bureaucracy will do? They execute the policies made by the legislature. Their job, they have to execute it. So this is a practice since from after independence we are experiencing. But at that time, what happens? As you know, corruption completely polluting the bureaucratic structure activities. So many good policies, even we are able to see, but that is not actual reaching to the common man. So that is the worry of our nation. Not only our nation, entire globe. So in that lines, there is a clear cut of good governance is needed. When bureaucracy is good, when everything is transparent, when everything government activities are accountable to the public, that is good governance. For the want of good governance, every nation is searching for the something. What is that? So on that lines, there is much discussion about Right to Information Act. I am very happy to know that only I have taken that to brief that only 5 minutes, but it is having so much. In the entire world, in the first instant, this Right to Information Act was implemented in 1776, 18th century, in Sweden. After that, in that nation, what other nations observed, that peoples are having freedom to get official information. Peoples are having access to official information. So that nation developed like anything. So after that, watching surrounding countries, years are passing, centuries are passing. Latest in this century, if we observe, in 1948, UN Assembly passed a resolution. That is, freedom of information is the fundamental of human right. That resolution was passed by UN Assembly in 1948. That is the global historical perspective about Right to Information Act. In the national level, for our country is also, since from the several years it is debating before enacting this act also. Suppose I am keeping few examples, only 4 or 5 major. Those comes to all notice, that is Supreme Court ruling, that is the topmost court in 1982. That is disclosure of information in any offices, any government offices, any policy execution offices. Information, disclosure of information is the common rule in the government offices. That is, disclosure of information is common. The information given to public is very common. So in Supreme Court ruling as per 1982, functioning of government must be ruled. In that also, there is some exemption to secrecy information. If that government, that public office feels it is very much confidential, on public interest, on government interest, if it reveals to public some another nuisance, another anything, so for that RTI is having provision to safeguard, to protect exemption under that section 8 and 9. It will come in due course of this session itself. Next thing is Mr. Pulwal versus Jaipur Municipal Corporation in 1986. That is freedom of speech and expression, as you know from the constitution, everyone. That is nothing but that implies to Right to Information Act. Another thing is Mazdoor Kishan Shakti Sangathan movement in Rajasthan, that was led by Aruna Rai in May 1990. We are only discussing after 1982, now it is 1990. As you know, just earliest, that is Anna Hazare. He is the great person. He changed democratic life of India. He led for the people's completely against to the government policies, government laws, government decision. He fights so much. Just recently, everyone has got about his struggle, information. Next, Arvind Kejriwal. As you know, he is the wonderful person for the putting off to the corruption, how he has implemented his projection to the political field, even by taking the task, he attracted towards intellectuals in the metropolitan city Delhi, even he became the chief minister. So that is. So next, in 1997 Chief Minister's Conference, all these, even Andhra Pradesh state also taken that information will be given to the public That act is 2002, Freedom of Information Act 2002. That is in our state. And also state acts in Tamil Nadu, Goa, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Delhi and Jammu and Kashmir from 2000 to 2003. These are all state acts about their government functioning to reveal the information to the public. So this is the background. This is all the foundation. Our Indian government has taken complete feedback from developed countries. Our country is developing country, and complete debate-oriented issues. They gathered the information, and our Indian government also, by passing the bill in Parliament in 2005, after President approval, this Right to Information Act 2005 was enacted by publishing in the Gazette and everything. This is the act, this is the government act. Okay? So, this is what? This is implemented by the people and acted upon by the government, as you know. People will come to us. They want to know their information, not our information. We are only servants to the people. That concept, that is the Right to Information Act. That's why it is implemented by the public and acted upon by the government. So, yes, act is implemented, everything is good. But anything, any act, anything that is a greater objective for the government functionaries, yes, we accept it. It must have certain kinds of objectives. What actually in the shape of? So what actually democracy needs? What actually democracy needs? In Telugu Prajaswamyam, what actually needs? ఏం కావాలండి మనకు? డెమోక్రసీ ఏం కావాలి? మేడం సునీత గారు ఏం కావాలండి? డెమోక్రసీలో మనకి ఏం కావాలి? మనం ఏం కోరుకుంటున్నాం? మన సెల్ఫ్ రూల్ కోరుకుంటున్నాం. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ సెల్ఫ్ రూల్ అంటే గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫీసెస్ అన్ని మనే కదా. సో వెల్ ఇన్ఫార్మ్డ్ సిటిజనరీ అంటే చట్టాలు చేసిన తర్వాత వాటి ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ అయినా ఎవ్రీథింగ్ well informed to the citizens of our country. That is the beauty of our democracy. Main, transparency. So here, transparency and accountability and informed citizenry. These are the wonderful words to say Right to Information Acts to the citizens. In general, our main problem is to arrest the corruption in the government departments. When the government departments are accountable to the public, definitely this act will help so much. Next, yes, anyone can ask any information, but every information if you disclose, again problems will arise. To even this act already is having provision on section 8 and 9, as I told you, exemption from disclosure under section 8 and exemption from copyright under section 9, and security organizations and other intelligence organizations, this act does not apply. That is under section 24. Okay? So, another important objective. So, act already enforced from 2005. To implement, who will implement? Everyone is engaged with their regular duties. There is system, there is structure to implement the Right to Information Act. So that structure system is, I tell you, later section will come. Public authority, that definition also I am going to tell very soon. Public authority is just nothing but people's fund involved in prati office kuda public fund antaru. So Assistant Public Information Officer, APIO, structure I am telling. That is some sort of structure to implement RTI, APIO and PIO. APIO stands for Assistant Public Information Officer. PIO stands for Public Information Officer. These two are at the public office level. Okay. And for all these offices in the entire state, there should be higher office. That is Information Commissioner Office, Information Commission. That Information Commission, who will establish? state government will establish by the publishing in the gazette, official gazette, that is State Information Commission. Who will chair the State Information Commission? Chief Information Commissioner will chair the State Information Commissioner. Under him, up to maximum 10 Information Commissioner hold the office. So this is the structure of state offices. We are also taking the services of central offices. So in the similar manner, Central Assistant APIO, Central Assistant Public Information Officer, Central Public Information Officer, Central Information Commissioner Office, Central Chief Information Commissioner, parallel, same ditto. For that different sections that will be coming in the next topic. Okay, this is a structure of RTI. There is clear-cut structure. So powers, same Chief Election Commissioner of state, what he is having power, 100% ditto powers will be for Right to Information Act, Chief Commissioner. What powers Election Commissioner is having, same powers Information Commissioner is having. So that is the, same. I will tell, sir. This is only the, in RTA objectives only I am discussing, sir. Even I have not entered into the sections actually. So I will tell you, sir. This is a structure, RTA structure. It will come, sir. Objectives, core objectives, sir. I am going to just core objectives. So RTA Act, another important objective is every citizen is having access to information under the public authorities throughout the state or appropriate government. If it is state government, throughout the state. If it is central government, throughout the India. Every citizen is having the right to access the official information from any office. Okay? Even I have not entered the actual act. This is only the basic foundation. Overall, final conclusion is, I am saying that Right to Information Act, it promotes the transparency and accountability in the public authorities. That is the conclusion. Sir, Appellate Authority. APIO, Assistant Public Information Officer, takes request from any applicant. He is only the forwarding authority to PIO, Public Information Officer. Public Information Officer is supposed to dispatch that file within 30 days. Okay. If he discharges that information, no problem. Okay. If he cannot complete the task within 30 days, okay, after 30 days, with free of cost, he has to give the information to the applicant. If applicant satisfies, okay. If he not satisfies, what happens? As a appellant, appellant authority, అతను అప్పీల్ చేసుకునే అవకాశం ఉంటుందన్నమాట. ఫస్ట్ appellant authority, second appellant authority. First appellant authority is in our department RJD. Okay, in general I am telling. Second appellant authority in the state is State Information Commission. State Information Commissioner. Chief Information Commissioner. Under Chief Information Commissioner, there are up to maximum 10 Information Commissioners, as I told you. Okay. So here already we came to know that where RTI is implementing, why we are taking RTI objectives or our task, our democracy, why it is needed. Till this time we have discussed that. Where it is applies in our Indian territory. In India, so many states are there, but some states are having separate ruling. Jammu and Kashmir. This RTI does not applicable in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Other than Jammu, in article they have mentioned clearly in the Gazette. It is not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. Other than that state, it is applicable entire India. So remaining part of India, every citizen is having 100% right to access official information as a right. Both state and central government, all public authorities covered by the Act. And also another, under section 24 of this Act, and also under 24 of this act, అంటే in section 24 of RTI Act లో కొన్ని మెన్షన్ చేశారు. ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ కు ఈ RTI చట్టం వర్తించదు అని. అవి ఏంటి అంటే 25 ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్. అందులో RTIకి సంబంధించింది ఇన్వరు ఫర్ ది కంట్రీ సెక్యూరిటీ దృష్ట్యా. 7 ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్, మన ఏపీకి సంబంధించిన 7 ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్. ఓకే ఓకే వెల్ yes, we got some idea about RTI now. How many chapters it is having to understand, how many sections it is having, we have to know. Clear cut, I am telling that Right to Information Act is having 6 chapters. It is very clear. If you go through 6 chapters, definitely you understand so much. Okay, 6 chapters. You can download it from Center for Good Governance or simple in website. It is having only 6 chapters. But terminology is only you have to understand. If you understand terminology, remaining part is very easy. To understand terminology, trainings like 5 days training is needed in MHRD. First we enter, remaining thing is very easy. That is okay. It is having 31 sections. If we, as a government servant, if we go through 31 sections to understand well, that's enough. That's more than sufficient. Definitely it is useful. Remaining part of our own career, and also when we go to take service from other public authorities, it is very simple to tell other public and ourselves as a well literate government servant. That is very much true. That's why I am insisting you to know, to take interest, to understand the RTI Act. It is having 100% future, because our government now, India is only developing country. It is going to develop. All if it is executed up to date, then India will become the developed country. Okay, so this is all.